So what is cash? I kind of just told you guys, but this is kind of a little mini mission and vision statement that we have, but essentially we just kind of want cash to be the end place that dealers look forward to coming once a month. They have a space to ask the questions that they want to ask. There's going to be more than just an account manager and a sales manager available to them to talk about these things. So we really want to be here building a stronger connection to our dealers and making a community out of it. We want to be seen as a partner with them rather than just a feed dealer. So I would love insights from you guys as account managers as well and sales managers, what you guys are seeing in the field, what you think would be beneficial to talk about. We have an outline of what we want the year to look like in terms of species and topics, but that's not to say something can't change there. So if something drastic happens, current events, world events, that is changing a specific market and you're kind of like, well, they need to know about this, we need to give them a heads up or stay ahead of it, please just let us know. We're more than happy to kind of adjust accordingly. But we're really excited to let you guys know kind of what we're working on. All of the information will be sent out on tomorrow on Friday. I have a bunch of emails scheduled to send out to give you guys more of an idea of what's to come, our scheduling, and then of course, how to invite your dealers to our next call. So with that being said, I'm going to invite Rob back up here. He's going to be presenting today for us about small ruminant parturition.
Yeah, I just put that in there to make sure people paid attention. Birth, right? Lambing and kidding. Yep.
Okay. All right. So, well, take it away.
Here we go. And I like that first slide because I think that any of you who've been out on farm with me or seen me in a past account manager role know that I try to sell based on providing information or answering questions or problems that customers had. And as we proceed forward with the next slide, we're going to go into 4 areas today. Looking at products, next slide, technology, next slide, their use, and here we go. The first one that you're not going to think of when it comes to kidding and lambing is deodorace. This is a product that obviously our parent company has. Everybody knows about deodorace. It controls ammonia emissions. And if you move to the next slide, the deodorace product is formed from the yucca plant, and it's designed to enhance air quality. And the next slide talks about how we can help focus on reducing ammonia and positively impacting animal performance, animal health, worker safety, and the environment. So the benefits of it, I wish we could do a little poll here, Tegan. We could have a show of hands. Who's been to a Back to Basics training with Dr. Pierce Lyons? There you go. People with their cameras on, I can see you, Amy. One of the things that we saw with Pierce is he loved to be a storyteller. We hear that every Friday. But when he got in front of an audience, he had plenty of things to talk about and plenty of props to prove his point. The one that I'll never forget is the deodorace. The simple Ziploc bag with ammonia. Take 2 squirts of deodorace, put it in the bag, smell it before the deodorace goes on, then try to smell the ammonia. It is absolutely gone. Gone. So deodorace binds that ammonia and controls fecal odors. And I think not only is it important for the animal from a respiratory perspective, from a performance perspective, we really have to start thinking about the human aspect of this. And so what we've done is we put together a product called Fresh Barn in Huron. We did not get this product launched very well. It had some very positive responses, but when it came to customers paying for this product, we didn't do a very good job of sending it out. So I think we're going to relaunch this. It is a pelleted deodorace. And as you know, most of the sheep and goat producers in our target area, inclusive of Hubbard, inclusive of ADM, most of them are kidding and lambing right now. And a lot of them are getting towards the tail end of it. I still think the timing of this presentation is excellent for our customers to be able to go out and try to secure some business from some new accounts. But pelleted deodorace is kind of like Crystalix. It's one of those products that can help you get your foot into the door. This product is spread in the lambing jugs. It's spread in the drop area where all that amniotic fluid accumulates. You get a lot of moisture and you get a ton of ammonia. Have any of you, once again, I can't see a show of hands, but went into a growing turkey barn? Those of you who are not small ruminant producers, you can spend about 5 minutes in one of those that's not very well ventilated, and pretty soon you can't smell anything. In another 5 to 10 minutes, you are wondering, man, can I catch my breath? And in another 5 to 10 minutes, you're thinking, I'm going to have a headache when I come out of here. The ammonia concentration in those places is extremely dense. And you're standing at 5 to 6 feet above ground. Think about these lambs and ewes that are in lambing jugs or in drop areas. What's the air quality like at 2 to 4 inches? This product has the ability to bind ammonia and make that area safer for the lamb, minimizing respiratory bacterial infections, and also safer for the producer. Next slide, please. So one of the things that I like to do with producers is go through an inventory at the beginning of the year and make sure that 2 weeks to a month before lambing season or kidding season, they've got products on hand so that they are not looking for them when they need them. And I am a huge football fan. I'm a huge sports fan. And so we're going to go on the offense today and create a great defense. OptiPrime, tremendously versatile product, multi-species product with awesome mixability. It's milk-based. It's got the right amount of IgGs. I can have this product mixed up, stomach tubed, and put in a lamb in less than 5 minutes. It is good for those of us who have real jobs and livestock on the side to be able to get out the door in a timely manner. Plus, on the goat and sheep side of the equation, you can sell this as OPP, CAE, and Yoni's free. It's a tremendous product. It mixes well. It stays in solution, and it's very palatable for the human nose and the kids or goats that are going to receive it. Next slide, please, Tegan. Up one more. Back one. Up, other way. There you go. So I think the other thing that we try to do when we get on farm and when we talk about going on the offense to create a great defense, that is having a tremendous immune response. There is one thing that on the small ruminant side, Acrylose is going to be known for. It's going to be known for being the best at lamb and kid starter nutrition. And I don't care if we're more expensive than the competition. I think the technical support that we can provide our customers and the ability that we have to help them, assist them in creating healthy stock that grows well and becomes feed efficient. At the end of the day, our costs are going to be very similar to a lower, more economical product. So I think the important thing here is make sure that in these 500-gram pouches, we know how to mix them. We know how many servings there are for lambs or kids, and we know the amount of IgGs that a lamb or a kid needs. If I asked you how many IgGs a calf needs, you're going to tell me 150. You're going to tell me 200. If I ask the same question on a sheep or goat, a kid, it's probably going to be an answer you're going to have to think about. So we're going to provide that answer for you today. Basically, we want 2 IgGs per pound of body weight. And if we're tubing or giving a bottle to these kids or lambs with OptiPrime, we're going to feed 5 to 7 ounces per feeding. Our goal is to get 20 to 30 IgGs in these kids in the first or lambs in the first 12 hours of life. That creates a tremendous immune response and is the first line of defense in a winning team. And when I talk about a winning team, I mean winning the battle when it comes to having the best starter feed on the market. So realistically, if we're feeding 5 to 7 ounces per feeding, 2 feedings is going to be enough for a 10-pound lamb. We're going to need 3 for a 15-pound kid. Next slide, please. The second phase of elite rumen development and great starter nutrition, if the lamb is being reared off the dam, like we do sell a lot of milk replacer in our goat operations, our dairy goat operations, where everything is reared off the dam, we've got a blueprint product for that. This picture is taken right from our online dealer portal, where you as an account manager can request and have sent to you a list of the blueprint lamb products and the blueprint goat products. They're sequenced from start to finish to help you feed through each phase of production. So whether they're reared on mom or whether they're reared with milk replacer, the second phase of elite rumen development and great starter feed nutrition happens with milk replacer or mom's milk. Next slide. And then the good news is that usually Hubbard has always worked well as a team. I've been able to draw on the experiences of the swine nutrition team, the dairy nutrition team, and here the dairy nutrition team comes through for us again. Two products that are both kid and lamb safe are the OptiPaste calf or OptiCalf paste and the Calf Compass products. We've used these in a lot of our kid farms, and we all know that pathogens happen, right? On a football team, injuries happen. The Seattle Seahawks, one of their best running backs, blew his knee out 2 or 3 games ago. The next person had to step up, and he did in a big way. Walker did in a big way in the Super Bowl. When pathogens happen, we have products that deal with scours. We have products that deal with pathogens, and we have products that deal with dehydration. Calf Compass, OptiCalf paste are 2 of them. They are fortified. What they have in them are egg protein matrices, direct fed microbials. They're bountifully supplied with the bioplexes, and they've got essential oils and other gut health products in them to help manifest and keep those kids and lambs on a healthy track. Next slide, please. Now we're getting into the third phase of lamb and kids starter nutrition that creates the Super Bowl winning team. And so we all know that you've got to get the right amount of colostrum in these lambs and kids in the first 24 hours. We've accomplished that with OptiPrime or with Mama's colostrum. We know that we have a high-quality milk replacer in the Blueprint milk replacer that's formulated with all the bioplexes, all the gut health products to ensure good nutrition during the first 45 days of that lamb or kid's life. But about day 7, we need to introduce a dry feed. And the key to building great rumen health and the future milk production of a great dairy doe, or the future average daily gain in feed efficiency of an elite terminal sire ram, is getting that rumen developed correctly. The Penn State data has shown for years that milk and dry starter feeds are the way to get that done. Look at the quality of the pellets that we have in this mini pellet here. 75211 is our pre-creep lamb starter. It's been on the market for about 2 years. It's a 19 protein, 4.5% fat. Those are good numbers, but the real key to this product working is we were able to take some of the data that Ernie Hansen and the swine team had used in their SEW pigs. They're early wean pigs that are 17 to 21 days. They've got those pigs on dry feed. We barely get lambs and kids prior to having pre-creep around to even start nosing through the dry feed. And I needed a product out there that I could go to bat with my competition. I like these mini pellets because they're palatable. Every bite's the same. We've got a high level of decox in there for cocci control, but in the pre-creep, we've got products that none of the other competition has. We've got Whey Permeate, which is a high lactose product. The NEG on this pre-creep is a 59. Most of the competition's products that we've tested are 54 to 56 NEG. So it's higher in sugar, it's higher in energy, plus it has a high protein supplement in it, MePro, very digestible and high in protein. It's got NuPro in there, which are once again amino acids, glutamic acids, and peptides. And then we've got some other gut health products, Biomoss 2, Actogen, or Biomoss 2, which is Actogen, Villagen, and Gutsy. So we really are trying to cover the gamut on gut health and high energy on that pre-creep. We put those lambs and kids on that feed for about the first 30 to 40 days of life. They eat about 15 pounds per head of that product. Then we switch them to the feed on the right, which is the Blueprint Lamb Starter, an 18%, 3.5 protein or 3.5 fat product, which has all the bioplexes and all the gut health products. It doesn't have some of the sugars that we find in the pre-creep, but it's a great feed to go off of after 15 pounds per lamb in the creepy. Then we feed a whole bag, 50 pounds of that lamb starter. So we basically set those lambs up from birth to 75 days of age. We set those kids up from birth to 75 days of age on the high technology, high nutrition, highly palatable product that provides elite rumen development. And I think that makes a Super Bowl winning team, because then these lambs and kids have the ability to be more productive, more efficient when they go out into the real world and are weaned off mom. Next slide, please. If you miss starter feeds on some of the early wean program or the early kidding and lambing programs, the ones that are maybe weaning right now that started lambing and kidding in December, we got a way to get it in the door. And this is the foundational product for the Blueprint Small Ruminant program. You can keep clicking because these things are going to keep coming up. What we've seen, what research has taught us is these ewes are younger at their first stage of estrus. We've increased the lambing percent on farm 10 to 25%. We've improved the vigor and the health of lambs, and we've got research data that shows that colostrum quality is better. There is more colostrum. And I believe that some of the products that we have in Blueprint Sheep Mineral and Blueprint Goat Mineral reduce the pathogen load, which makes those ewes more efficient, and they come in off grass in improved body condition. I think that's one of the silent reasons why we get a higher twinning percent and we have more vigor and health in our lambs at birth. What are the technologies in this product that differentiate it from the competition? They are this. There is no sheep or goat mineral on the market that the zinc, the cobalt, the manganese, and in the case of goats, copper, are all chelated, 100%. It's true to this day. We know that Cellplex is much more bioavailable source of selenium than sodium selenite. It is 100% Cellplex. And then the triple crown of winning is Spectrum DH. Spectrum DH contains Biomoss 2. It contains Integral A+. So we are getting the E. coli, the salmonella, the bad bugs, macrophaged and out the back side of these ewes and does, and we're getting all the mycotoxins bind with Integral A+. We've seen tremendous results with this mineral, regardless of species, regardless of location. It's a great way to get into a new customer and really prospect hard with this product. The next slide, I think, is going to show you why you want to sell this to customers. At 16 or 18 hours of age, so a used lamb, 18 hours later, being on Biomoss 2 versus not provided 16 more ounces of higher quality colostrum, significantly higher quality colostrum. We've got a paper on the dealer portal that breaks these out. So basically, just by using Biomoss 2, you get 16 more ounces of colostrum. Those in the sheep and goat business know that's about 3 more feedings. That's a significant amount. Plus, at 105 days, you've got 16 more pounds of lamb to sell. Feeder lambs yesterday at Sioux Falls Regional were bringing anywhere from $3.50 to $4 a pound. Do the math and look at how much more money you generate by feeding Bioplex zinc versus zinc oxide. So the Biomoss 2 and the Bioplex zinc that we have in that product gets you these performance results. And the biggest one, I think, is on the bottom. As Keegan pushes towards the next slide, everybody wants a return on their investment. At an ounce a day, a ewe's going to eat 23 pounds of mineral a day. The initial mineral cost per ewe is going to blow you away. I'm using $1,800 a ton here. But Keegan, as we fix those, they still jumped back to their nasty formatting. But what this little graph at the bottom simply means, $5 goats, which they were at Sioux Falls Regional yesterday. Fat lambs, I even did this on Monday. Fat lambs went up last Wednesday from $255 to $267.50. So your return on investment is even larger. If you only increase your lambing percent or kidding percent 10%, you pay for this product and get $10 to $15 back. I saw a huge increase. I was up to about 22% more lambs born per ewe, same time, same genetics, different product, Blueprint Mineral. That's it. We got a 20% ROI. Look at how much more money you're getting paid by using a premium product versus not. All right, Keegan, next slide, please. So basically, put the work in right now during lambing and kidding because it's a $300 bill for you. 60-pound kids, 70-pound lambs, 100-pound lambs worth $350 to $400. Next slide. So now we're going to talk about getting the sale. And we're going to keep this brief because I know Tegan wants some time to talk. But one of the things that I think has been helping us as account managers and me on farm when I'm with you selling new accounts is helping customers know, new and old customers know, the kind of products they need to have on hand to be successful and to minimize stress during the highest stress period of year, that being kidding or lambing. On the left, if you were a big buyer of Blueprint goat milk replacer, kid milk replacer, or lamb milk replacer, you received a bucket with 2 nipples on that allows you to self-feed some lambs or kids. Additionally, part of your package for lambing and kidding needs to be an elasterator band. You see the rubber banders up there in the orange. You see the elasterator there on the table, tags, and make sure you've got some iodine around. Unfortunately, iodine, strong tincture, 7% iodine is not what it used to be. I tell producers you've got to almost dip those navels at least twice. We've had more challenges with navel ill this year because I used a cheaper iodine product because it was the only one available. But strong tincture iodine, very important to get those navels dipped in a confined lambing and kidding situation. Shoulder length gloves. Some people like to freehand it, but I say be safe. Protect yourself, protect that ewe or that doe when you go in to assist. And the best $10 you'll spend in the small ruminant business is that stomach tuber right there. A 5-ounce stomach tuber from Premier is the one I recommend because that's a 1 serving. You just put the tuber down the lamb or kid's throat, fill it up, let gravity take over, and in a matter of seconds, you've got that kid or lamb fed. If you are comfortable tubing, it's one of those things that I think we constantly show customers how to do. They have a fear of it. I think it's like riding a bike. It's learning how to weld. It's running a chainsaw for the first time. Practice makes perfect. If you can be that trusted resource on farm that shows them how to tube a kid, tube a lamb, you can be somebody that they're going to trust and buy feed from. What are the don'ts of tubing or kidding lambs? Don't tube one that's cold mouthed. Just simply put your fingers on the mouth. Body temperature is 102.5. Make sure you've got a warm mouth kid or lamb that you tube or help the customer tube. If you don't, you're probably going to have a negative outcome. I've used this joke many times before, but in the sheep and goat business, you need to know what milk jugs are for. And the next slide will tell you what they're for. We like 5x5s or 6x6s, a minimum of 25 square foot for lambing jugs. Natural lambing, when ewes are bucks turned out with the ewes, you're going to have 4 to 6% of those ewes lamb per day. So probably having 12 or 15% of the ewes that are lambing in jugs at one time is normal. So if you've got 12 lambing jugs, that's probably going to be sufficient for 100 ewes. If you synchronize ewes, and if you can see this is a sheep and goat cedar. Okay, we insert that vaginally with this insert, and we synchronize them to lamb in a very tight window, and put those cedars in for 9 to 10 days, and then pull them out over a 3 to 5 day window. Synchronized lambing, you're going to need 20 to 30% of the ewes lambing in that interval. You're going to need lambing jugs for that. So you're going to need a lot more space, but because they're going to come fast and furious. So naturally lambing 100 ewes, 10 to 12 jugs. Synchronized lambing 100 ewes, probably 20 to 30 jugs. As you can see, it's a little dark up in the right corner, but there's a water bucket that's off the ground. That way the ewe doesn't tip it over. The lambs don't jump in it. She's got a feed bunk there that we can feed both grain and hay in. And I think the most important thing is when we're lambing in these negative temperatures, she's got a safety zone for those lambs and a warm zone for those lambs. All that is simply a 55-gallon drum with the side cut out. We use the Premier heat lamps. You're going to say, oh my, I don't need a heat lamp because I am going to burn the barn down. Yes, that is true in the past. We secure them well on top. We strap them down in the corner of the pens. But now we've got the safety feature that's built in. If those lamps fall and hit the ground, there's a switch on them that turns them off. I'm not promoting Premier Sheep Supplies. They've been good to us. But if you go to their website, you can look at that lamp, and it falls to the ground and it turns off, preventing fires. I think that's very important. Lambing jugs, people say, what do you need for height? I don't think 36 inches is tall enough. I like them 4 foot. It'll keep the goats. It'll keep the ewes in. And don't go to 4x4 jugs because they're too small. Too many lambs or kids get stepped on, laid on. Mom doesn't have enough room to navigate. Next slide, please. Then after you go there to the lambing jugs, those lambs are in there for maybe 2 to 3 days. You can push the little video. This slide was taken, or this video was taken when it was negative. Those lambs are in an area where they got 25 square foot, bedded well, away off the elements, and for some happy critters. So the only other thing I do is say the feeders you have in those bunching pens, put them in an area where lambs can't get in them or under them. Next slide, please. Creep pens. So that's the area where the lamb or the kids can get away from mom. We need 3 to 4 square foot per lamb in that creep area. Have feed in there. That's where the pre-creep goes. That's where the starter goes. I love this creep design where you've got horizontal and vertical bars to keep mom out. If you're ever in the business of selling creep feed to customers and they say, whoa, the blueprint stuff is way too expensive, all you have to do is help them explain at this time, these lambs are probably 30 to 40 days of age. Their feed efficiency is very similar to a pig at that age. It's probably 1 pound of creep feed per a pound and a half of creep feed per pound of gain. And so realistically, even if the pre-creep runs you $600 a ton, at 30 cents a pound, you are still making almost 10x based on average daily gain with those lambs. So it's a real easy sell, selling that high quality, high performance pre-creep. Next slide, please. And selling is about these things, in my opinion. Trust or emotion. If we can come to that producer's place and provide them with some information other than on animal husbandry, on sheep management, that's not selling feed directly, they're going to trust you and they're going to buy it from you. Timing. We are having this meeting at a perfect time. We are providing exactly what the customer needs in terms of OptiPrime, pre-creep, starter, OptiPace, calf compass. And if we miss the boat, we can start to try to sell them on mineral for those guys that are going to be turning bucks out with those and use here in the next 60 days. Sell the technology we have. We have provided data on the dealer portal of what I talked about with the colostrum and with the lamb growth. It's there. It's in a flyer. You can present that with a list of Blueprint products. So you're providing knowledge that only you are sharing with the clients. No other team, no other company is giving you that advantage. And that's a huge advantage when it comes to selling. Sale catalyst. Go to that dealer portal. Look at the Blueprint sheep and goat products. They're in sequential order from start to finish. If you have any questions, reach out to me. The other thing that I think is huge is our feeder finance program. We've had pockets of the country that have done millions of dollars through individual dealers on feeder finance. It's a great program to help sell them on our Blueprint products. It's a great program to get them locked into our beautiful starter nutrition program. And then once you've got the starter feed, you usually have the feed for the rest of the year. So use those two things to your advantage. I think they can help sell product. And we've kind of talked about it. Products, technology, the things inside them, how to use them, and how to get the sale. And that's all I've got to you.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Rob. I really appreciate it. I'm quickly going to go over some things. At wrapping up with every call moving forward, we are going to talk about promotions that we currently have running. I do realize we're supposed to have a Blueprint spring promotional mineral flyer on here as well. But I did want to shout out, so we do have the Crystalix one running right now. We also have the Blueprint spring promo running right now. Any questions or concerns or issues with that, please contact Jenna. Just want to get this in front of you. You guys should have received emails that have those flyers in them with the details about the promotions. And then, of course, Chick Days is coming up, which we're very excited about. We're going to have everything available to our dealers come February 15th. I know I just talked about this on Monday for those of you that jumped on that call, but very excited about this, obviously. So just reminder, guys, dealers are going to be getting chicks here in very short order. Some of them already have some. I know some dealers get chicks at like beginning of February. So great conversation starter, great way to get the foot in the door. The free 7-pound bag is a great stepping stone to possibly sell some homestead into your dealers if they're not already carrying